Hi guys, it's Liz here, and I am back today with another daily dose of guidance. We will be using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, and I will be tapping into divine wisdom, so that will be angels and spirit guides and my higher self. I'm going to bring in, and we're going to use the cards here, so we will shuffle as we tap into that energy. So we're looking for what energies we need to be made aware of for today. What energies do we need to tap into for our highest good? And just general divine guidance for today. Oop, there we go. Okay. So we have man holding a heart. Man holding a heart. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to start with the man representing masculine energy. Now you don't have to be a man or identify as a man to have masculine energy. We all have it. Man, woman, non-binary, gender fluid, all that jazz. We all have a balance of masculine and feminine energy. Okay, and so I'm feeling like today, anyways, the man on this card represents masculine energy. And masculine energy is that go, 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 action-oriented, logic brain, right? They want to, the masculine energy wants to get into action. So if there's an issue, if there's a problem, they want to do something about it. It's not just, okay, so if you talk to someone with this masculine energy and you just want to talk, unless you express, I just want to talk, they're automatically going to go into problem solving, right? That's masculine energy. Problem solving, taking action, logic brain, okay? And so with that, I'm feeling like for today, we're being asked to embrace the masculine energy, which, ding ding, I just remembered there is a full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini tonight. If you're watching this in real time, there is a full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini, and that's the full moon is feminine energy. The moon is feminine energy, and Gemini and its ruling planet Mercury are masculine energies, okay? So this is really apt to come up today, okay? So we're going to tap into and embrace that masculine energy, because we have the heart here too. So he's holding that heart, right? Man holding a heart, right? So this is, we're not going to deny that masculine energy, okay? We embrace the masculine along with the feminine, okay? I got Luna here. She thinks I'm a jungle gym right now. She's playing with my legs, so. So I'm just tuning in, seeing what comes through. Okay, so I'm hearing a little bit about shadow work. Okay, so some of us might have some shadow work to do around that masculine energy. And shadow work means that when we've created a shadow, that means that we have denied an aspect of ourselves. We've denied it, we've repressed it, we've suppressed it, we've pushed it away. We said no thank you to that. And so shadow work is about bringing the unconscious to the conscious and then integrating it. Okay? So if you found that you've pushed away that masculine energy, either consciously or unconsciously. Okay, so that's our work for today. That's, I think, what we're being called to do today with the lunar eclipse in Gemini. And if you're not watching this in real time, this is still a call to do this work. You're seeing this for a reason when you're seeing it. So even if you're not seeing it in real time, still you're being asked by your angels and your guides to do this work, okay? To allow yourself to embrace that masculine energy, okay, and integrate it. Okay, so I'm also being called to talk a little bit more about that. So we've heard quite a bit about toxic masculinity, okay, and that could be, for some of us, that was a reason to push it away, to say no thank you to masculine energy, okay, and that's where the shadows are coming in, and we're looking at, okay, what is that toxic part of the masculinity that we're saying no thank you to? What are we pushing away from? Okay, those are the aspects that we need to look at and integrate. Okay, we have to find the gifts in those shadows. That's how you integrate it. You seek the gifts. What is the gift? What is it bringing you? Now, we're not saying go ahead and be a dick, okay? They're not saying embrace being an asshole, okay? It's just looking at those things that we judge as negative. We're going to look at the gifts of those aspects. We're trying to bring, because everything has that yin and yang, that positive and negative, helpful and harmful aspect. Everything. And even energies that we think on the surface are just innately negative, there are gifts to that. There is a positive to that. Okay? And so we're being asked to look at that. So if you automatically think masculine energy equals toxic masculinity, you're being asked to look at that and to see the gift in it so that it becomes healthy masculinity. Okay? And if we're going to take a second to look at the chakras. Okay? And the chakras go from masculine to feminine all the way up. And then in the crown chakra is where they meet as one. And that's where the balance is, okay? So masculine chakras are your root chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your throat chakra, and then you have the balance of masculine and feminine in your crown. Okay? So you may find, so look at those chakras, look at the root chakra, solar plexus chakra, and the throat chakra specifically today, and see if there may be some conscious or unconscious blocks or imbalances in those in those three areas. You may find that it's only in just the one, maybe two, maybe all three. Okay, but you're being asked to look at those, to look at the aspects of what those mean. Okay, and so the root chakra is about safety and security in the earthly plane, feeling safe and secure on the earthly plane. The solar plexus chakra is about, again, it's still because it's one of the lower chakras, so we're still concerned with the earthly plane, and it's about our willpower and our confidence, okay? And our self, that our sense of self, like, so uppercase S with self. And that can be in the ego. Okay, that's the self and the ego. They go together. Ego isn't bad. Okay, ego isn't bad. You can have negative aspects of the ego, but the ego in itself is not innately bad. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way right now. And the throat chakra is about self-expression and expressing your truth. Okay? Of course, we could go deeper into that, but I don't want this to be a 3-hour long Instagram live, okay? So that's just to get us started. Okay. Just tapping in, seeing if there are any other messages that need to come through. Okay, so I just wanted to also add just very quickly, this isn't a divine guidance thing. This is just something that came into my mind as I was being still. There's a YouTube video by Christina Lopes that talks about the full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini specifically, that I highly recommend, because you'll get a lot of information out of that if you're not super familiar with astrology or within the planets and how they have an effect on us. Go check that out. I recommend that. Christina Lopes. Okay? On YouTube. She's on YouTube. Okay. Okay. So I heard a affirmation that may be helpful for you today, which is, it's an affirmation or a mantra if you want, which is, I embrace my masculinity. I embrace my masculinity. Okay? So that's embracing the masculine energy. And what we're doing with affirmations, because for some of us, when we start affirmations, it can feel like a lie at first. And so I want you to know that when we use affirmations and mantras, what we're doing is trying to cultivate that energy into the now. Pardon me. So we're trying to bring about that energy so that it feels true. And we're trying to lift up that energy. So if we're coming in from a low energy place, when we use affirmations and we repeat the affirmations, we're cultivating that energy. We're bringing that energy up. Okay? Okay. Okay, so I feel like that was the message for today. Really was about embracing that masculine energy today. Okay, and doing the shadow work. Let's take advantage, if you're watching this in real time, let's take advantage of that full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini. Maybe, I know for me personally, I do a ritual where I list out individually the things that because the full moon is about the culmination of something and letting go. Okay, so I like to write out things that I want to let go of, I'm done with that, right? It's culminated, we're done. I want to let that go. Okay, the things that I find harmful and have not been serving me, okay, I list those out. Then I cut them up or rip little pieces of paper off. And in a ritual, I will then burn it. And that's my way of releasing that energy and saying, okay, we're done with that. Okay? And so for this full moon, being in Gemini and embracing the masculine energy, we can maybe list out, if that's your jam, if you're like me too, and you want to list out on a piece of paper the different ways of that we have been denying the masculine, okay, and saying, we're done with that, right? So typically you want to say something like, I embrace my masculinity, or I embrace the masculine. But because we're trying to let go of it, okay, so you might want to put it in a different wording, saying, or you could just say, I'm ready to let go of this, and then go ahead and burn it, okay? So that's something I do. If that doesn't work for you, find your own ritual, find what works for you. That's my big thing here. Find what works for you. Okay, that I'm just sharing what I do, what works for me, and maybe it'll work for you too. Okay? Okay. So that was it for today. I also want to mention just real quick that if you feel like you need a little help in these areas of going through shadow work maybe, and embracing those shadow aspects, or just if you have a goal in general that you're maybe struggling with, and you're like me, and angels and guides and yoga and meditation is your jam, feel free to reach out to me. I am a spiritual life coach. If you feel like you need some energy healing, I'm also an energy healer. I do Reiki, I do angel therapy, and I do chakra cleansings and all that jazz. So feel free to reach out to me. Either message me on Instagram, or you can email me at spirituallycharged@gmail.com. Okay? And that's it. That's the message for today. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you tomorrow with another daily dose of guidance. Bye.